Welcome to the Teknopathetic podcast. I'm your co-host, and this is the real host, Dirty White Boy.
So the funny part is, open broadcast software didn't start there until I clicked something else. So you basically got cut out halfway on your little gamer speech.
That's what I get for trying to start your podcast.
I feel like to this day, I don't know how to start the Teknopathetic podcast. What's the good way to start things off? I don't want to be too high energy.
But I did. But apparently the podcast said no.
No, I don't. You know what? Here's the thing. I think even if I wanted to have an intro, I wouldn't want it to be too high energy because that's done fucking everywhere and it's way too overwhelming and too much. Okay. Are you ready for this first topic, though? Because it's actually a story instead.
Oh, is it a story? It's not hentai for once. Okay, let's begin.
Wanted to change things up. Okay. Have you heard of the famous artist Giotto of Florence?
I have not.
Okay. Giotto is, I believe, from the Renaissance period. Now, he doesn't sound like he's that big of a deal, but I'm gonna try and explain this here. He basically got an art commission from, the official church, basically from the Pope himself, because he drew a circle one time, right? Now, it's actually the biggest flex in the world, though, because you know how he did this? Okay. I think every artist in the world is about to just scream, but Giotto just drew this circle in about 15 seconds, completely free-handed, and it was a completely perfect circle.
I can see why the voice of God wanted to speak with him.
No, it's such a goddamn huge flex. There's so many stories of Giotto flexing on people using art. Another one was back when he was just an apprentice, right? And what he did was, his master was like, okay, I'm drawing a big art piece here. Giotto, I'm gonna go away for some lunch. You can just add something in if you want. And Giotto's like, oh, okay. And while his, art teacher was gone, I imagined for maybe maximum, 1 or 2 hours? Giotto drew a fly on the painting that was so realistic that when his master came back, he actually tried to smack it away. This fucking asshole. Giotto's an asshole. But for, I guess, a much easier example, there's this one very legendary guitarist in black folk music who, when another legendary guitarist of the modern age was listening to him, he was like, alright, this guy's really good. Who's the second guitarist? And this guy's mind was blown away as he was literally just told, no, there's only one guitarist. And it's...
Damn.
Imagine being so good, people think there are two at work. It's a flex. It's a flex. For my next topic here, I got something a little more topical for all of us. Best game to eat up your time during coronavirus.
Minecraft.
God damn it.
You think I'm joking?
I'm not saying you're joking. Just kind of laughing over the, it's a pretty obvious choice, I guess. What else do you got in mind, though?
I mean, alternatively, if you have the willpower for it, you could also be animating during the coronavirus. If only there was someone that I knew that could animate stuff, and if only there was some way I could get them to actually animate stuff when I wanted them to. where you edit in on the screen in Comic Sans or something that I am the animator.
Yeah, I have a lot of porn games installed for some reason, and I don't know why.
I think I do. It might have something to do with the fact that the last time we did one of these, hentai was the first topic you brought up.
What? I see no problems with that, dog. Hentai is cool.
I mean, it is a form of entertainment for only the most cultured.
True. I do know that Star Sector is pretty fun if you want to practice being a smuggler in space and just forever smuggle miners on the many different planets. I kind of wish we had YouTube moderators almost, because then we could make fun of them like we do Reddit and Discord moderators.
Yeah. But at the same time, YouTube is so gigantic that I have a feeling that that is just impossible, which is why they don't do that.
I mean, okay, yeah, totally true, right? But at the same time, bro, just think of how fucking funny it would be. Just get. You have to make fun of the YouTube moderators who keep demonetizing your video. You've seen all the memes about, like, you know, people making fun of, like, Reddit moderators, right?
Maybe.
One moment, I'll send you a few right now. I have a few. One moment. Redditors going to r/relationship advice after a girl bumps into them.
God damn it.
I kind of do love that all the internet does always make fun of their, like, moderators and leaders. I mean, like, when you get down to it, like, I get made fun of on the server I own on Discord, even though it's just a server for friends. But, you know, let's be honest, I kind of deserve it. But it kind
once in a while.
I mean, once in a while, yeah. Sometimes people need to, like, cuck me hard and be like, hey there, Angelo, did I tell you about that time that I blacked your server?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something like, do you remember that time where I fucked your mother?
Oh man, yeah. I could never really play evil characters in D&D because I'm always worried they're gonna disrupt the flow of the game a little bit too much, you know?
I have no problem with evil characters. I do have a problem with chaotic characters. That's where my fear comes in, that the roleplay is going to get broken.
Are you saying that you don't want to have a chaotic character who, if there is a poisonous mist outside the doors of the bar you're trying to hide in, that they will go and they will open the doors? Yo,
please don't remind me.
I remind. You sound very deeply upset.
I am. It was not a fun time.
That's a story for another day. Remember the specifics of this, so take this all with a grain of salt. But supposedly, the co-creator of the D&D the whole thing was a fucking party animal, Chad, who after becoming like super duper rich because of D&D would consistently host parties in a mansion, and then in the morning he would have supermodels drive him to McDonald's to eat food because he still didn't have his driver's license. That is a giga Chad.
That's another story that makes me feel completely inferior as a human being.
What, you don't have, because you don't have supermodels actually like driving you to McDonald's?
What do you need to have in your life that's a thing that can happen?
Apparently, you just need to be the co-creator of D&D. Duh.
Oh, you know what it is? It's probably because he was the DM the whole time.
Of what, life?
Yes.
Ready for this next topic, though, in the meantime?
Go ahead.
Would you go to 4chan and why?
You sure love these loaded questions.
Yeah.
Say I'm gonna be called a fucking moron, asshole, idiot, etc.
Hey, quick. You're gonna be called not based. You're gonna get called cringe, okay?
I'm gonna respond with based on what?
Go ahead though, would you do it?
I guess. It's not something at the top of my list of things to do, but if somebody had a gun to my head and was like, I will only take the gun away from your noggin if you look at 4chan, I guess I'd be looking at 4chan.
You know, wait. You know what's funny about that?
What?
The situation you just described doesn't even sound like they're gonna shoot you if you don't go to 4chan. It just sounds like they're gonna constantly follow you around while pointing a gun at you until you go to 4chan. Just like you go out on a date with a girl like, hey baby, don't mind him, he's a friend. But I am actually very genuinely interested in what type of things I would find on there, because it seems like it's a place where you can find lots of interesting art, And you actually can find like a lot of topics of people sharing their life stories, and there's actually, some pretty good stories there.
At the same time, I don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole because I know I'm probably not coming back if I do that.
Coward. No, I'm the same way though.
Continue. What is our next topic?
All right. You're ready for this next topic? Are you sure? Are you into buff chicks?
Yes.
I mean, how buff though? Like, what kind of buff girl are you looking for, bro?
Talked to you about this before, but I do like Poison from Street Fighter.
Yeah, Poison got the muscly legs.
Open abs.
I'm not super duper into muscly girls, but also at the same time, it's not exactly realistic for girls to have muscles. Because, like, here's the thing, if you can Google this yourself, by the way, if you look up most, like, women who are athletic lifters, their like, arms are bulky and all, but you don't see, like, defined muscle necessarily, because that's something you usually see on guys. So, like, even if a girl, like, really trains hard, she's not gonna, like, have freakish muscles that you maybe see in anime or anything like that. She's gonna, at most, just, like, be kind of, like, bulked up a bit,
Yeah.
Like, in a way, almost, like, if you're, like, the kind of guy who only plans to date, like, super muscular girls, it's almost, like, a more unrealistic, like, standard than if you want to, like, date a skinny girl, you know what I mean? It is kind of funny, though, when you think about it, that this podcast is starting off during the quarantine. How much do you think, like, us starting on, like, the first days of real quarantine is increasing our viewership by?
I would say 4% because we're still very new.
I literally got a comment from some random guy called Tim, right?
Oh, yes, I saw this comment.
Yeah, cool video. I loved it. Now, here's the part you probably did not see about the comment. I got that comment 3 minutes after the video, I think, fully uploaded.
What?
And what's weirder yet is the fact that the video is 16 minutes long. It's a cool video, you say, Tim. You loved it, you say. No offense, Tim, but I'm wondering if you're a bot. I feel like I'm being so rude to say this, but I need to know what the fuck? This guy called Tim has 248,000 subscribers. Wait, what? What?
What?
Wait. He has like no videos or anything. What is this? Like, did somebody like just bought like one channel in particular? I'm so confused. Alright, well, that's a weird experience. You know what? It's so weird. I'm gonna move on to the next topic right now. You are going to be forced to share a home with one of these 3 people, and you get to choose who it is. Would you prefer to share a home with Low Tier God, Dark Side Phil, or Christian Weston Chandler, aka Chris Chan, aka the creator of Sonichu?
You've told me about Low Tier God before, but I don't know the other 2.
But one of my favorite clips of Low Tier God, despite there's like so many clips out there of him like screaming and yelling about video games, right?
Right.
But at the same time, you also have this one video he made that was meant to like promote him, right? And he literally is like building himself up in this video. And at one point he literally just says he is mentally untouchable.
I agree with him. He is mentally untouchable.
Okay, so Dark Side Phil is also a bit of a story. So Dark Side Phil is different from your boy Low Tier God. Dark Side Phil also is the type to rage at video games and act like others are cheating or whatever, right? He is unbelievably awful at video games to the point in which, okay, you've probably seen this at least once. And this is what you're gonna know Dark Side Phil from quick. Have you ever seen something in your YouTube recommended called "This is how you don't play," like Metal Gear Solid 3 or whatever, right?
Or come up in my feed. It must have, though.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, right? All of those videos are probably compilations of Dark Side Phil playing games because he is so awful at them. And he consistently
Oh, no.
will never take any blame for them at all. He'll always blame the game, right? And I think the best story I can give you here, and that is such a good tell of how scummy and dumb he is this. So he was playing a video game on stream, and he got really mad because he just could not beat the final boss. What does someone do in this situation? Maybe get good or, you know, anything? Phil literally searches up the ending of the video game, drags it into the stream.
I mean, that's certainly one way of going about it.
Why, though? It's just so gross. You could literally make a 5-hour documentary about Chris Chan and not even come close to all of the weird stuff he's done.
Okay, I'm already excited.
So here's the easiest way I can explain Chris Chan. He really wants a girlfriend really badly. Now, kind of like how I desperately would love to get real romantic with someone, right? He goes a little too far, though.
Okay.
He goes to
All right.
Walmart with like a cardboard sign that says, you know, like looking for love, except he has like a detailed description of what he wants. You know, like he'd prefer them to be white, under this amount of weight.
My dude, I don't know if they sell that at Walmart.
He also has his very own necklace of his own OC, Sonichu, which he draws comics for. And there's like a lot of these comics, mind you, like a shit ton. And it's a really weird story. But what's hilarious is that there's incidents that he's been noted as like having been kicked out of a mall by some mall security guards, right? And you could later find in the Sonichu like comics that he literally made characters up of those fucking security guards and then kills them violently.
God.
It's like this guy has no sense of shame or anything, and it's kind of incredible. Okay, there's another one where he had this, he actually drew him and the girl he knew in real life having sex. And like she didn't know, and she was unsurprisingly very freaked out when she found out about it. And he was just
I mean, I feel like that's a normal reaction. How did he react in response to that? I'm sure
that's the best part. Like a part of his like response to her is literally was just saying something along the lines of, "I do not regret drawing it."
Oh my god.
It's just like it keeps going for Chris Chan, right? It doesn't stop with him. It doesn't stop, and like I could just tell you story upon story upon story. He became trans at one point.
And I have to choose one of these people to live with?
Yes. So
I would be more interested in seeing a sitcom where the three of them are roommates.
You know what? You mentioned that. That now sounds like an actual sitcom. Holy shit. This actually sounds like it would be a 5-season sitcom. Oh, yes. I love it. I genuinely love it. But okay, no, yeah, this question isn't about, you know, really so much the, you know, sitcom idea. This is about who you're gonna live with. Who are you thinking?
Probably. I mean, really want to live with any of them. I don't know. There's a part of me that genuinely wants to have a conversation with DSP.
Mm-hmm. My answer is gonna be Low Tier God, but can I tell you a random little fact that also about Low Tier God that I also recently learned? Would you say that it's normal to pee into a toilet?
I could say no, but that would be a fucking lie.
Low Tier God thinks that toilets were meant specifically for going number 2, right? Therefore, he insists only on peeing into bottles.
I want to be roommates with Darkside Phil more.
Yeah. Yeah. You ready for our final topic of the night? And actually the most serious one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were doing serious topics. Let's go.
What's your type of dream woman? And is she attainable?
Yes.
Okay, so a little bit of a fun fact for those listening into the podcast. Quick's girlfriend is listening to the podcast right now, and I'm sure he's kind of scared to say anything more than yes. Because she's just gonna whoop his ass kind of deal.
Well,
just leaves the call. Okay, to be the icebreaker, I will go first here. I don't know, like, for my dream woman, it's really hard to describe. Obviously, like, in terms of looks, I would like, I'm like a pretty basic guy. I'm into, like, very gorgeous, usual blonde type, right? I'm into a girl, like, who'd be, like, kind of, like, blonde. Maybe she has, like, some of the same interests as me. Maybe she doesn't. I mean, obviously, I really don't want her to be into politics at all, because I'm not into politics, so,
folks, Angela doesn't want a woman with opinions.
Pretty much, yeah. But I actually would really just love... yeah. Let me finish. We can clown on me afterwards. I would just actually kind of like a girl who genuinely accepts me for who I am, and if she has like some of the same interests as me, that's like just really a nice addition.
Right.
So basically, I'm like, usually into the really popular blonde type of girls and looks. What's kind of sad though is, as I've heard someone say, that's kind of not really obtainable for a guy like me, sadly, because they're not really into guys like me, which sort of sucks. It's the reality of how you can never really have your dream woman in a sense, but like, I mean, I'll shoot for it anyways. No one's gonna stop me.
I guess now it's my turn, huh? There's just no avoiding this. Well, you see, my dream girl. Going back to a previous topic very quickly, I will give you a real answer. I was doing a bit, as you could probably tell. My type of girl is somebody who's like I don't know, like really friendly, like somebody you could also have as just, a best friend, someone you can talk to about literally anything. And like, I don't know, I like girls that have a really good personality to them. Suppose I would go for a brunette.
Just a reminder that Blaster's girlfriend is listening in. You cannot escape her. Okay, that's enough of the Teknopathetic podcast. Thank you all very much for tuning in.